Okay. Splendor of a king, clothed in majesty, let all the earth rejoice, let all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, and darkness tries to hide, trembles at his voice, trembles at his voice. Great is our God, sing to me how great is our God. Oh, we'll see how great is our God. Age to age he stands, and time is in his hand. Beginning and the end, beginning and the end. Well, Godhead three in one, Father, Spirit, and Son, the Lion and the Lamb, Lion and the Lamb. How great is our God! Sing with me, how great is our God, and all will see how great is our God. Name above all names. Name above all names. Worthy of all praise. Sing how great is our God. Name above all names. Name above all names. Worthy of all praise. Heart will sing how great our God. Splendor of a king, clothed in majesty, all the earth rejoice, let all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, darkness tries to hide, trembles at his voice, trembles at his voice. How great is our God! Sing to me, how great is our God, and all will see how great is our God. How great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God. For all will see how great is our God. How great is our God? We know that He's the greatest thing in our life. The greatest person, the greatest God, the greatest everything. I want to thank Dawson for being here tonight and coming to church clean. Thank you, Dawson. No place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be than here in your love, Lord, here in your love. No place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be than here in your love, here in your love. Set a fire down in my soul I can't contain and I can't control. I want more of you, God. I want more of you, God. Set a fire down in my soul can't contain and I can't control. I want more of you, God. Want more of you, God. Set a fire down in my soul can't contain and I can't control. Want more of you, God. Want more of you, God. Set a fire down in my soul I can't contain and I can't control. Want more of you, God. Want more of you, God. Set a fire down in my soul can't contain and I can't control. Want more of you, God. Want more of you, God. Set a fire down in my soul can't contain and I can't control. Want more of you, God. Want more of you, God. No place I'd rather be. There's no place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be than here in your love, here in your love. Set a fire down in my soul can't contain and I can't control. Want more of you, God. Want more of you, God. Let Him set a fire in your soul. Yeah, y'all stand up, it'll be all right. You clean now, Dawson. You can stand up real easy. Who am I that you are mindful of me? That you hear me when I call. Is it true that you are thinking of me? How you love me? It's amazing. It's amazing. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. Who am I that you are mindful of me? That you hear me when I call. Is it true that you are thinking of me? How you love me? It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. God Almighty, Lord of glory, you have called me friend. God Almighty, Lord of glory, you have called me friend. One more time now. God Almighty, Lord of glory, you have called me friend. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. Thank y'all for standing up with that one. Y'all please be seated. Friend of God right there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, there we go. Well, that's that. Run that air down because I'm sweating worse now than I did this morning back there because it's still up. Whew. Thank you very much. Sorry about the loud boom on the bass drum. I'll fix that. Drove me crazy. Huh? That was good. I thought that might be where you were going. Yeah. Yeah. What does that say? ASISTENCIA. Oh, there we go. No, nobody's dyslexic out there, I'll tell you. Well, you were on the back side, too. Jeez. I read it just fine. Anyway. Okay, so don't forget to make your checks out. If you make out checks to 3 Nails Gospel Church instead of TNGC, we have gotten a little complicated for our bank, so make it 3 Nails Gospel Church. And then that will change again before too much longer because I won't kind of go along with that too well. I'm just doing it right now because I have to. So anyway. So, because at my bank it's registered under my name, my stuff, and also under BTS Productions. And if I can do that, then they can do that too, the way I see it. Events, Tuesday night, Bible study at 6:30. Sean is starting chapter 18. Right? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. July 18th is Breaking Point. I'm just picking at it. July 18th is Breaking Point, 6:30. Come be with us. We had about 60, I think, 60 last week. Something like that. It was a good turnout. Food was good. I think we got the breaker problem fixed. No more cutting stuff cutting off. So I want to thank Danny again for helping us with that. Also, Bridge Ministry is this coming Saturday afternoon or Saturday around 12, 12:31, somewhere around there. Come be with us. We're going to try to take the whole praise team. We're working on it. Cindy's, I think she's going to be there this time. She said she can change some things and make it, and we said that would be really awesome, great. So we're going to be at Bridge Ministry next Saturday. July 22nd, How to Escape Your Prison, which would be, that's not right, because next Saturday, next Monday, that would be right, wouldn't it? I'm thinking I got my Mondays messed up. Monday's the 15th, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, my brain's, yes ma'am, you're right. Yeah. So July 22nd, How to Escape Your Prison, our first night back in here with that. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for some more of that. August 17th, March for Jesus. If you want to order some t-shirts, let us know how many you're going to order. I know several, or at least close to between the few and several, took some forms home this morning. That one family, if they order shirts for everybody, well, there's most of your stuff you need to order. 7 or 8, because they were looking at them, and I think that's what they're going to do. But order March for Jesus shirts, and they'll put Three Nails Gospel Church on it. They will not put TNGC. I'm just kidding. I don't know what they'll put there. It doesn't matter. Also, we're going to meet at Curtis Baptist Church at 8 a.m. March starts at 8:30 a.m. at the corner of 13th and Broad, continues down about a block. Well, about 9 blocks. Whoo! No wonder my feet was tired last time. To the Augusta Commons area, which there will be plenty of praise and worship music from out of town. So come be with us. It was fun last year. Happy birthday again to Nikki. Thanks for getting excited during the praise and worship we were doing tonight. I appreciate your excitement on your face, which is overwhelming. I'll pay for the next color. She's not snorting, is she? I'm just kidding. Happy birthday again, Nikki. 15 years old. Proud of you. Make it this far. Hopefully, I'll be around to see 15 more for you. Then I can start adding great grandkids. Just shake your head, yes. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that's your announcements for today. And I want to thank little Kevin for training me to do this morning. Did a fine job, sir. And thank you guys again you two especially, for coming to Nikki's party last night. It was great. We had a good time. It was good to see you two there. Next time, try the ultimate nachos. They're hot with jalapenos that big and Uber. Well, you dropped them off? I thought that was kind of a strange drive-by drop-off. How'd y'all get here? They just told us to get out. Thank you for not coming into the place. They might look like one of the waiters they had there. Bless their heart. Well, anyway, got some prayer requests I'm going to go through right here. Before I do that, does anybody have any prayer requests they would like to bring up at this time before I go any further? You didn't need it. You're allowed anyway. You know, I'm not gonna preach yet, but we talked this morning about prayer and how things can happen, and how God is our guiding light. If we follow Him, if we ever get lost in life, He's that light that's always there. There's a lighthouse on the hillside that overlooks life's sea. When I'm tossed, it sends out a light that I might see, and the light that shines in darkness now will safely lead us home. If it wasn't for the lighthouse, that ship would be no more. Oh, and everybody that lives around us says tear that old lighthouse down. Oh, the big ships, they don't sail this way anymore. There's no use of her standing around. Then my mind goes back to that stormy night when just in time I saw the light, yes, the light from that old lighthouse that stands up there on the hill. And I thank God for the lighthouse. I owe my life to Him. Oh, Jesus is the lighthouse, and from the rocks of sin He has shown a light around me, that I might clearly see. If it wasn't for the lighthouse, where would this ship be? I thank God for the lighthouse. I owe my life to Him. Oh, Jesus is the lighthouse, and from the rocks of sin He has shown His light around me, that I might clearly see. If it wasn't for the lighthouse, where would this ship be? If it wasn't for the lighthouse, where would this ship be? Appreciate it. That lighthouse is always there for us. You think you're going to get lost somewhere, Look for that lighthouse. That's God's bright light shining down towards you. No matter how far out you get in this world, you can always get right back to Him. No matter what you go through, He'll always get you through it. He will give you all the strength that you need. He will give you all the guidance that you need. Funny thing is, He lays that path out in front of us and before us. He gives us the direction. And if we follow that path and direction He puts us on, we will always win and never lose. I used to tell my kids when they were younger that I will never lose, that I never lose anything. And they always would come back and say, what do you mean? Everybody loses. Well, I don't lose because in the end, if I do it right, I win. So I don't lose anything. It's not about the present time. It's about where we're going in our eternity. That's why our faith is so important, that He keep it strong. And it's so important that we follow God. And no matter what we've been through in our life, it can only get better. Unless you want to make it worse. I'm going to go over to 1 Samuel chapter 17. I'm going to kind of be in that area right now. Chapter 4, verse 17. I'm sorry, chapter 17, verse 4. Now we can do church. The kids are gone. She'll stay. She's grown up. You staying? Going bye-bye. Message tonight is entitled Facing Your Giants. This is a good one. This is some good stuff. It's not real long. Facing Your Giants. This morning we sang 2 songs about chain breaker and break every chain. Facing your giants, breaking the chains. We can all face our giants. So many families in the body of Christ seem to be under attack by who? Satan, our enemy. And those who follow Satan are our enemy. But those that follow Satan are also a challenge for us to witness to. Just because they do bad things don't mean they're bad people. That means that they just need to be led the right way. When people make mistakes in life, it's up to us to help them correct those mistakes and get them on the right path. So the families in the body of Christ seem to be under attack by the enemy, whose goal is to destroy their faith. So if your faith is intact and you're not having your faith destroyed, if it's strong enough, it can't be destroyed. Again, I've been laying on this one thing right here for about 2 or 3 weeks. I can't get it out of my mind and off my heart. Your feelings and emotion block your mind and your heart for you to make good decisions and choices. And if somebody else makes a mistake, it's not your fault. If they're in your family or if they're a friend, you do all that you can. You pray for them. Everybody has an opportunity to make a decision, a choice to what they're going to do and where they're going to go. And if you make the right one, you will know it because things will work out for you. And I'm saying that because we all go through things every single day. Just like the kids at the basketball tournament this week. The last 2 or 3 days was high stakes. Who's going to get the title? Best teams from all over the country in the 8th grade division of where we were at. What really got me is these kids are so talented. So talented. So talented. That they put more emphasis, their parents do, on the game than the kids do. The kids have fun, but they're good. And then the parents get angry. They get mad. So what does that produce? Problems. That produced a problem for a couple of families yesterday. And they had the fortunate experience to have to watch it from somewhere else, which would be outside the doors. So, my point I'm getting at is if a parent can get that upset about a kid's team not winning or a call being made that they think is wrong, what if they take that focus and turn it around and put it on God and be more understanding and see how this thing's all working out? And they'll find out they don't have to get upset and they could stay and watch the rest of the games. I know it's a simple analogy, but it's the truth. People get worked up over nothing. Look, if these kids get up in the morning and they're all about playing the best they can all week, my hat's off to them. They're giving it all they got. What if a Christian woke up every single day and thought they were in a tournament? That the prize was to go home and be with God right now. Okay? What if that was the case when we woke up every day? Okay? Oh, well, I'm up. I can go see Jesus next week. Maybe I'll catch him next month. I bet if you were going to do something that you wanted to do like those kids, it just kind of got me thinking this afternoon, because thinking about this tournament. They wake up and they go for that goal, that shot. What about if we wake up every day and we go for the goal of reaching God? And we let nothing get in our way. Nothing. Nothing. That would be quite a life, quite an experience, wouldn't it? So, the enemy are the ones that has the goal to destroy our faith. We don't want them to do that, because we don't have time for that junk. Facing your giants, breaking the chains. This story somewhat is over 3,000 plus years old, and we can still learn from these old stories about Goliath, who was this huge giant over 9 feet tall. Now, I'm not going to really, this is not like the one I spoke on a week or so ago. This has got a little more detail to it. And everyone was afraid of this 9-foot giant. Obviously, he seemed somewhat invincible and intimidating, which anybody would be at 9 feet tall. Very intimidating. Well, there's a lot of people that are intimidating to most people. But see, then you see David, a little shepherd boy who was not intimidated. He was not. But you wonder, how was little David not intimidated? Wasn't he like a little sheep herder guy kind of thing, you know, a little shepherd? But he wasn't scared of Goliath. He wasn't scared of anything. See, so let's look at David for a minute and learn right here tonight. This is some good information. The reason he was not intimidated by Goliath. Let's take Goliath as a big problem in our life. Something that happens in our life that's a problem. Don't be intimidated by that. Don't let it drag you down. Don't let it put you somewhere you don't want to be. Overcome it by keeping your faith and your trust in God, and He will conquer that for you. You don't have to deal with it, because He's already dealing with it His way. Sometimes God does things to get your attention. That's how He works every single day, to get your attention. You can have all the excuses you want. You can have all the different ways to go that you want. You can try to get through or get away from or get out of something, and guess what? If it's not meant to be, it's not going to happen for you, because God's already got a plan. But if you want to run from His plan, you're going to be in trouble, because this show is dark in that deep hole. But God will get your attention real quick if you're not following Him. He will get your attention real quick. Okay? And if that doesn't open your eyes, then your eyes are going to stay closed, I reckon. David knew that his God was bigger than his problem. Wow, listen to that. We're back to the mountain thing, but this is talking about a giant right here. David knew that that his God was bigger than his problem. But the question here tonight is, do you know that God is bigger than your problem? See, we make our problem bigger than God in our minds. But our problem can be taken away real quick. God can handle anything. So let's look at there were 5 stones that David chose to slay this giant Goliath. One is called faith. Faith moves the hand of God. Without faith, you can do nothing. One is faith. Without faith, you can do nothing. Number 2 would be assurance. Assurance was that David had no doubt that God was with him. So he was brave. That's why he was not intimidated. God, you got me. I'm not worried. Now I'm going to tell you what. That's some pretty strong faith right there. For David to walk up, little David, probably 5 foot nothing, walked up to this 9-foot giant, and he was not intimidated. That's having a lot of faith in God. And you don't have to ever worry about that if you feel the same way. So that was the assurance that David had. So he had faith that God, and his faith moved the hand of God. And he had the assurance that David had no doubt that God was with him. So he knew he was there. You need to have that too. And then there's the word chosen. David knew that he was chosen by God to slay Goliath. He knew that he was chosen because of the faith that he has in God and the assurance that he had that no doubt God was there. And then there was the calling. David knew that he had a mission to fulfill. Well, that's his calling. He was called to do that. God did that to him. Faith, assurance, he was chosen and called. And number 5 is that he was sent. He was sent by God, okay? Sent. It was by no coincidence whatsoever that David was there at the battle. It was what they call a divine call. When something happens in your life and God intervenes, that's called a divine intervention. There are no mistakes made by God. David knew that was no coincidence. Remember, we talk all a lot. There are no coincidences, and there are no there are consequences, and you will pay those consequences from whatever you are not doing right. So take away let's take away the points that I just made here for you from this sermon. See, the giant facing you in your life has no power over you. So if you have a fear of that giant that you deal with in your life, then that has the power over you. If you fear that giant in your life, whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're going through, that's going to overpower you. A fear controls you. It will overpower you and control you. Do not let it do that. See, David had to leave the mountaintop where he was at, walk all the way down to the valley to slay this giant. Now, why would David come all the way down from the top of the mountain, all the way to the bottom to slay a giant? Why? Why would little David do that? Because God told him to, that's why. Because he had faith in God. He listened to him. He had the assurance that God would be with him. He knew that he was chosen. He knew that he was called to fulfill that mission. And he knew that he was sent by no coincidence and was not intimidated at all. As you should not be intimidated by any problems or anything like that you deal with in your life. Do not make excuses. God has already got the answer. He's already the solution. We, again, spend too much time trying to figure something out when it's already figured out. Man is the one that creates the problem for us in this world. Satan tempts man, and man does the rest. We spend half our time trying to figure out, can I trust you? You going to do that again? Can I trust you? Can I trust you? You don't have to trust me. You got to trust him. If I do what I'm supposed to do right in this pulpit, it doesn't matter, as I've heard a preacher say today, it doesn't matter if you like me, but it matters that you love God. Liking me is not why we're here. We're here so you can get closer to God. You have unspoken requests of prayer, that's fine. God knows exactly what it is, and he can fix it. Matter of fact, he's probably already fixing it. Pray. Church prays. Everything comes together. Things happen. Just like David kept faith in God and came down from the mountain and walked down to the valley. So tonight we're kind of sitting here. We're just a bunch of people sitting here who are facing the Goliath in our own lives. Why do we got to face these big old Goliaths in our lives? Well, that's part of life, I guess. Those giants may include having debt, may include facing sickness, may include divorce, it may include anger, it may include jealousy, or even abuse. That's just a few examples of what these giants could be in your life or anybody's life. It could be a challenging work, a colleague, if you would, at work, somebody that you see every day, or maybe a work overload. You fear having to go mess with all that stuff because there's just so much to do. Why have I got to do it the way he wants it done? He's not necessarily right, but he is the boss. The Bible says do the best you can for the one that you work for out of pure respect. Okay? But all this workload gets piled on you and all these things that you go through, and all of a sudden it becomes a fear because you're worried about it. You don't want to have to deal with it. So I want to encourage you to think that your giants, think of the giants especially that you and your family are facing. So roll up your sleeves, they call it, and say, enough is enough, Goliath. I'm going to take you on and I'm going to take you out. Because, see, you already have all that you need. You have faith. You have assurance, just like David did. He chose you to beat that giant that you're dealing with. Because if he didn't think you could beat that giant, he wouldn't have put it on you in the first place. Because he knows your strength. And he knows that you can get through anything if you just try. I don't know a lot, but I know enough to get myself in trouble. But I also know enough to help you in anything that you go through. I don't know everything, but what God gives me is what I need. Nothing else. But I'm going to take him on myself. God is with me by my side in the body of Christ, praying for me. I'm praying for you. I'm going to break these chains, you say. I'm going to break these chains tonight that torment me. Break these chains tonight that torment you. This whole day's been about breaking chains. I love it. It doesn't get any better than that. Retreat from it, it says. Hide from it. Ignore it, if you would. See, David did not run from his giant as you should not run from your giant. He confronted it head on as you should confront it head on. He ran towards Goliath for the confrontation. What you have is this right here. Here's your sword. You cannot lose if you have your sword with you. And see, this sword here stays sharpened all the time. But you got to confront your giant head on. The confrontation. Knowing in that confrontation that you could slay your giant with the power of God on your side. That's pretty powerful words right there. You can slay any giant that's in your way. I get aggravated. I'm human just like you are. I'm no different. I'll pinch and hurt, and I'll cut me and I'll bleed just like you will. The thing is I really build every day the best I can to get stronger and stronger. So I get aggravated, of course. That's the human side. But the godly side is that I know how powerful God is, and I speak it to a bunch of people every week. And I'm not doing it just to blow hot air out of my mouth. I'm doing it because I love you, and I want to see you progress and do better in life. And don't let these Goliaths take you down, because they can't. Run towards your giant or run from it. You make that choice. I can't do that for you. You do that, though, sometimes hoping it'll just go away. Well, as a song called Break Every Chain, as they sang this morning, you should think about the areas in your life that you need the Lord to intervene. There are 3 chairs. I told you it's not going to be a long sermon tonight, because this is just some really good small details that God said I needed to bring tonight. I don't just go pick a sermon out of the air. I pray, and he shows me where to go, and there it is, every time. And it usually helps people. And it's not something that I plan, because I don't know your business. You know, I try to mind my own business. So chair 1, it's called chair number 1. Chair number 1 is the chair. Listen, this is seriously, real seriously, this is some stuff you need to remember. Chair 1 is called commitment. Well, that's good right there. Commitment, okay? So those in the body of Christ who sit in this chair, and they walk the walk, and they talk the talk, and they strive to make a difference in a lost and dying world, their lives reflect their faith in God, as David's did. They are the backbone of the church. You are the backbone of the church. Your faith, how committed are you? But even to them, the dark clouds gather. Of course, there are going to be dark clouds over us. And the storms of life come right at us every day. But isn't it easier to just do this? Get away from me. I ain't got time for you. I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus right now. Go on, dark cloud. Get off me. Don't hover over me. Dark shadow, follow me. Get away from me. I don't need you to follow me around. I'm rebuking you right now, too. I come back, you better be gone. You know, I'm talking like a silly kid, but you know what? That's the truth. You got to talk that evil spirit up out your way. It's going to keep coming at you until you rebuke it away from you. Storms of life, they will try to take you down. But see, tonight is the night to slay the giants. To slay the giants that are trying to raise up and destroy you. Listen, slay those giants that are raising up right now that are trying to destroy you and your family. There's no reason that your family has got to be destroyed. You destroyed that giant. And the only way you can do that is, number one, by sitting in chair number one, which is be committed to God. And we're going to go to chair number two. Now, chair number two is the chair for the lukewarm, uncommitted churchgoer. Let me go get my fire insurance and just go to church a little bit and learn just as much as I can to get me through the next 7 days. I'm a lukewarm Christian. A lukewarm churchgoer, if you don't call it that. Says they know how to play church. They bring their Bibles, they raise their hands, and they wear a cross around their neck. But they don't have Jesus in their heart. That's some pretty blunt stuff, isn't it? That's why I'm giving you this little message tonight. This is good stuff. I'll probably one that I'll use at the breaking point in about 2 weeks, as I'm going to speak then. I like this. Okay? They don't have Jesus in their heart. So, are you a committed Christian? Are you sitting in a committed chair, or are you sitting in a chair where you're lukewarm and uncommitted churchgoer? You make the choice of where you are. I can't do that for you. Chair number 3 is the chair of the past. P-A-S-T, the chair of the past. So many in the body of Christ sit in this chair. The only thing holding them back from fulfilling their dreams of tomorrow is yesterday. They live in the rearview mirror. That's good. They always look in y'all. Look, when you are in your car, your truck, you look in your rearview mirror to see what's behind you. Right? You look in your side mirrors to see what's behind you. And if you look at them too long, you're not going to look out the front window. You can see where you're going. So if you're focusing on everything that's in your mirrors and you're looking behind you, how can you see where you're going? Because you're taking your focus off of God. And God is guiding that car. So he wants you to be looking straight ahead so you can see where he's taking you. Just an analogy. It makes a lot of sense. I like common sense and I like logic and realistic analogies. And this is what I'm giving you right now. This stuff, you can't make this stuff up. It's just flat real. Okay? So, again, are you a number 1 or a number 2 or a number 3 Christian? Don't live in your past. You can't go back to it. And the only thing holding you back from fulfilling your dreams of tomorrow, like I said, is yesterday. Holding on to the hurts. This is good. This is real good. Holding on to the hurts and the pain of yesterday is like a dog always going back and digging up a buried bone. I don't know about y'all, but that's some pretty powerful words right there. And they're real simple words used in a dictionary, in a book, in the Bible every day. I don't know if it talks about the dog going digging up his bone in the Bible, but it's talking about it right here. Okay? But that's what we feel like sometimes. Yesterday is like a dog always going back and digging up a buried bone. Why would you go back and dig up a buried bone? My daughter told me when she went to about 1 or 2 drug addiction classes. You know what she said to me? I said, when you going back? She said, I can't because it makes me want to go back and use again. Why? Because all they do is talk about what they did. Hello, there's your sign. Why would you go back to the past? Go forward, especially you at your young, beautiful age. You should be queen of anything you want to be, so you just do the best you can. You're very smart, Kenzie. Beautiful young lady, got so much going for your life. Be sure every decision, and I'm not picking at you, because I love you as your Christian pastor. I love you because I know that you got so much potential to do anything that you want to do. Anything. And nobody can stop you, not even the giants. If you keep God. So you sit in that first chair called the committed chair. You be committed to God and you stay faithful to him. And your way that you communicate with him is your business. But you figure out a way and you talk directly to him. Because he's the only one that's really going to help you. Not your parents or your grandparents or your church parents. God's going to help you through more than anybody will ever help you through. And I'm just telling you that right now because I love you, okay? I'm done telling you that, okay? Next time you get the ultimate nachos, okay? And I'll get whatever you did. It won't be as hot for me. Ouch. Woo! But anyway, yesterday is gone. We don't need to look back. We need to allow Christ to break the chains of our past. We have prayer teams, and if we call prayer teams in, I'll give me something. I told you. We have prayer teams. They pray for you. They pray for things in your life that help you get through a situation. When people have physical ailments or people have situations that they think they're enjoying, but it's killing them. It's killing them. But they think they're in the best of the world they can be in. Well, that's just it. They're living in the world and living of the world instead of living for God. Chair number one, be in a committed chair. Don't be in a lukewarm chair. And don't be in a chair of the past, because none of those last two chairs really going to do you any good. But the committed chair is what will work. My daughter says to me, I know I use her all the time as an example because she's just a great young lady. She's been through stuff. We all been through stuff, but her stories are probably the best ones I'm the most familiar with. What I do when I get in this pulpit, I don't talk directly to her. But if it pertains to her life, then so be it. If it doesn't, then so be it. But what I have to do is get up here and say the best things that I possibly can. And don't think it's not hard for me to stand up here and try to come up with the best words that I can. God's feeding me, but he feeds them to me so fast, no matter how hyper I am, I can't quite collect them all at one time and put them in order that time. So I have to slow down and think through them. But he's tonight and this morning has given me everything that I needed to say better than I've done in a while. And I thank him for that. Maybe it was all the KFC I had today. I'm not sure. Her story can help so many people. And one day, whether she realizes it or not, she will be in that situation. She will be helping a lot at one time. I've said that in the last year or so, and I'll say it again now. You're going to be in this spot before it's over. Hopefully I live a real long time and all y'all just get mad at me because I'm still alive, but you can have this seat if you want. You too. Follow God. The concept of the three chairs is something that you need to really think about. And where this example really came from was a guy named Kurt Campbell. And this particular sermon has actually been used many times that Kurt spoke on. And the thing about it is that it's not effective if somebody utilizes what information that he had on this and changes it. So you have to bring it the same way that he would bring it. When I was looking at it, that's what I kind of saw, and I went, wow, that is incredible right there, Chair 1, Chair 2, Chair 3. Skip the last two and be in the first one. Please understand that God will work every single thing in your life out if you allow him to. Whatever you go through in your life, whoever you're praying for, whatever you're struggling with, whatever you have to change in your ways in your life, whatever way you're feeling at home, whatever you're going through, like Mackenzie, whatever you go through, or Kevin, what you go through at work, or Jess, what you go through at your job, God's got a reason for you being there. We can't change that, but he can change it. He changes it every single time. And the altar's not only open in the mornings, it's open at night. There's about 40 people I wish were sitting in here tonight that can open that altar up for me. But I about guarantee you, when I speak on this same message that I want to do in a couple weeks at Breaking Point, there's going to be some people at this altar, I guarantee you. Because that's how powerful this one little message is. So I want you to read 1 Samuel 17, and read verses 4 through 49 and understand this whole story and this whole David and Goliath thing of how it works. If you want to get into King Saul and the Philistines and all this that took place, you need to really understand how it went. How David had, King Saul had given him the body of armor to put on, the helmet, the breastplate, and the sword. David felt very uncomfortable with that. How about you go after a situation in life and you got all these things that you're going to try to use materialistically to protect yourself and win the battle, when all you have to do is pull off your armor and put on the armor of God, His body armor, which will not ever weigh you down, because He'll be right there for you. You will never lose if you do that. David pulled off that armor that he put on materialistically. It was heavy, physically, it was heavy. He took it off, and what did he have? A little slingshot. And those 5 stones that he picked from the pebbles, little round pebbles that he picked from that little stream. All he did was hit the giant. Bam. Now, is that something that you believe today would really take a 9-foot person down, or a giant? Really? Depends on where you hit him and how you hit him, I guess. The stone wasn't very big, but the tool that God gave him was a little slingshot thing, or whatever he used. I guess that's what you call it. But it was enough that's all he needed to slay that giant. But God is just like the man that was blind all his life, and Jesus healed that man at a certain time in his life. It could have healed him earlier, but he waited till later to heal his blindness, so people could see how powerful Jesus Christ was and is to this day. He did that for a reason. It wasn't a consequence, it was a reason. He did that to show at that particular time in history, these people needed to see how real this was. And then that carries on over in history that is in this book. It carries on over so that we can better understand how real that it really is. Okay? So, I mean, that's how God works. So there's no way for us to fail. None. So be in chair 1 and be committed. You know, the Hope House girls, bless her heart, were coming here for quite a while. And when we stopped hearing from them, it bothered me a little bit. Then I got to praying about it, and I said, well, Lord, I'm not really sure as to why they're not calling, but they're telling me not to pursue it, so I didn't. And then I found out that they made some mistakes, and they can't come here or any religious facility for now. And it's nothing that we did. Sometimes I feel bad because I can't help somebody. But then I got to looking a little further. Nothing against them, because I love all those girls that come here. Is he pulled, like those 2 little slide doors, he pulled them together just like this and said, I'm going to close this door right now. And I'm going to open the doors back up in a different way. And you got other people that need help now. You have now done what I've asked you to do for a certain amount of time, and you were committed. You all sat in chair number 1 to be committed to that situation. He closed those doors. Now he's opened them back up. The doors are wide open for us to follow and to walk into. If a person, listen to this, if a person is truly, do they have a bell up there, you think? Okay. Might want to hit on the floor. Maybe they'll know that we're doing that. If a person really, 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 honest to goodness, if they really want to follow God, unless they are sick, and they can't get up to come to church, I get it. But if a person is really, really wanting to be committed to God, really want to have that salvation that was promised to them, they will get up and they will make, it will be an effort, none. It will be effortless to get up and come to church. There will be no excuse. When you become a pastor and you get in a pulpit, you can't get enough of God. Now, do you get discouraged? Yes. But I get up in the mornings and I can't wait till I go to my job and get through so I can come up to the church again. I have a wife, a great understanding wife. I was here yesterday morning at a prayer meeting. I got here at 8 o'clock. I got here at 9:10. We sat here at almost, 11:30. Steve comes at 2 o'clock and brings Danny. I'm here all afternoon. In the meantime, I'm studying my message for this weekend in the office back there. So I'm committed as I can be. I make sure I fix things and make it work better in the church. What if you do things in your life like that? Try to fix them with God so your life will work better. And then if you don't and you have excuses and you come to me and say, well, this is not working, what do I do? Well, you know what to do. You're just not listening. You know what to do. You're not following God. You know what to do. Quit making excuses and get here. If you're sick, please call and allow us to pray for you so we can help you get healed. As we said this morning, prayer, church body, let the church body pray for you to break those chains of sickness that are holding us down. Let the church pray. Somebody that's done something they shouldn't have and are paying for it now. Let the church pray. If God can send an angel to a prison with Peter in it, where he's got bound with many chains and 4 groups of guards in this prison, he can't get out. But God can send an angel and hit Peter on the side, and he wakes up, and the angel says, quick, get up and go. And the chains literally fall off of Peter. If that can happen with Peter, then it can happen with anybody in this world. It's all a matter of your faith. It's all a matter of how strong your faith is. It's only a matter of how much you love God. Sit in chair number 1 and be committed, and you will never sit in chair number 2 or 3. You can use that as an analogy for some other people. Pray for those that you love, or pray for those that you care about, or those that you just want to see get help. Pray for them. Pray for them for healing. Pray for them for their situation. But let God, after you pray, let God deal with it and not you, because you cannot fix it at all. If a person does not make an effort to fix something that is in the rearview mirror in their vehicle or in the rearview mirror of their life, if a person can't change and fix the issue in their life that's weighing them down as a burden, and the chains they're bonded by the chains, then that's on them. If they don't want to fix it, then so be it. Suffer. People get comfortable living in misery. People get comfortable when they become complacent. And they don't want to change, because then if they change, they're going to have to be a little more accountable. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I want to be accountable for what I do here when I sin. I want to hold myself accountable that I do the best that I can. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to sin. I'm going to do things that I should not do. And then I later stand back and go, why did I do that? Because I was not thinking at the time. But what? The time is now behind me. I'm not looking in the rearview mirror anymore. Fix what's in the past and move on. Don't sit back and let it weigh you down. Fix it and move forward. If you don't move forward, you're going to continue to be what you've always been. And you're never, ever going to change. And I know if Kevin Pond's heard me say this once, he's heard me say that one saying probably 1,000,000 times in 5 years. And I don't care how many times I got to say it. If it'd say it that much to help somebody, I'll say it every day. And I practically do anyway. Fix what's in the past that's burdening, holding you down. The chains are locked around you. Break those chains and go forward, and don't look back. Mackenzie, the reason I was talking to you a few minutes ago, because you're a young, beautiful young lady, and you have so much potential, so much great life ahead of you. What we've been through in our life in the past, guess what? PAST is in the past. It's gone. What we need to look at is what our future holds. And our future is held in His hands, as long as we allow ourselves to be in His hands. Sit in chair number 1 and go be with the Lord one day. What I gave you tonight is all you need to go witness to somebody. You can't make excuses for somebody. You can't fix their problem. But God can. And He answers prayers. Where 2 or more are gathered, you know, as He says, Paul Harvey, the rest of the story. We got to get these guys down somehow. They're coming. You don't run into the devil, you run into what? Well, you don't run into the devil, you're traveling the same direction he is. We need to write that on the big wall. Do the sign. I'll put it above another door. What are they going to do? Fire me? I'll just take another zero away. They ain't going to bother me. 2 zeros away. They're going to take 2 zeros away. It's okay if they take them. I don't mind. Run by me like you clean or something. No, y'all took everything I had. All I got is a bunch of crosses up here. That was a good message. Y'all thought that was a good message tonight? I do too. I need to do it on Sunday morning. I could do that. I'm gonna have to add some more to it, make it go longer. I wouldn't want to cut short on my sermons because in the morning time, because they may think I'm getting weak. Oh, there he is. Sorry, I saw the red and white hat. Let's just stand and take someone's hand beside us. And we'll have a little bit of prayer and we'll go to the house. I love you, man. Hey, why don't you guys come down here tonight and stand with us? We're going. He's going to go over there. He'll go over there and near the light. You thought I was wrong. If you go to lunch somewhere and you notice, and you look at the tablecloth and it looks like that shirt, that's what that used to be. It is now. Allow them. Who does? Charlie. Oh. Charlie has a little kids picnic shirt. Thank y'all for coming tonight and listening to me. I appreciate it. If there's anything you need, somebody pray with you, call one of us and let us pray with you. You know, everybody here does not mind praying. Pay attention. You just say it. You do that and see what happens. It'll be a bad day. Because God don't like it. Let's bow our head. Father, we thank you today, Lord, that you brought us together. Lord, thank you for the message tonight. Thank you for guiding us, Lord. We ask that you bless us every day as you have been. Pray that we can recognize those blessings. Lord, let us defeat our giants with you. We want to sit in that chair number one, that commitment. We want to be in that lukewarm chair or below. We don't want to sit in the chair of the past. We want to sit in the chair of the present and the future, which is commitment. Father, I pray that every person here tonight will be committed to you in every way they possibly can. Let us be hungrier and hungrier for your word. Let us want to get up and come to church. Let us want to get up and do the things for you, Lord, in this community and help folks and just grow. Let us plant a seed, Lord, and help it grow. Watch it. Let this church grow with the seed that we plant as we harvest it. Father, thank you for today, a great day, great sermons, great praise and worship this morning, Lord. Thank you for your guidance through that and the folks that you're sending us to our praise. Lord, I especially want to thank Frankie right now. I pushed him into this guitar thing 4 or 5 years ago, Lord, and he's just steady, done nothing but progress. He's one of the best around doing it, Lord, and I thank you for that. That he's in our life and helping us so much as he does. Father, be with us as we come up with some ideas to get some more youth in here and give him a little something more to do. And Lord, the kids, Lord, I'm asking right now, I'm claiming victory right now that, Lord, you will send us more children this way. We can gain strength. Get some folks that want to come in here and do something right now. Lord, it's up to us to act upon it and make things happen. Lord, thank you for your guidance. I never thought that 5 years ago or so that I would be standing here still in the church speaking. Back then, Lord, my faith was still growing and I was just stepping into the ministry. Lord, I'm just so happy, so blessed that you have continued to allow me to be where I'm at. Though sometimes I think I need to be further, but you say, no, you're right where I want you to be. Everybody in this church right now is right where you